It's time for Wolverine football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Wolverine football is also brought to you by the Triangle Bar Grille, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, the law offices of Owen Seman, Busch Brothers Car Care, the Barbers Inn in Swissvale, LG3 Entertainment, Web Landings, A-Boss Opticians, Matthews Auto Service, and DeZubin Dental Associates. Now it's time for the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show.
A pleasant good evening and welcome to Martirelli Stadium in Ross Township, Pennsylvania. Adam Gusky and Eric Shuley on the Woodland Hills Football Network as the Woodland Hills Wolverines take on the West Allegheny Indians in a WPIAL 5A quarterfinal matchup. Woodland Hills, the 13 seed, comes off of a 14-0 win at Mars a week ago. Meanwhile, West Allegheny, the number 5 seed, comes off of a 37-0 victory over the Shaler Titans. These two teams met back on September 28th, and it was a close 14-13 victory for West Allegheny over Woodland Hills in Imperial, Pennsylvania. We're going to step away for 2 minutes, and when we return, the State Farm agent Brandon Green pregame show continues here on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com. The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale is a proud sponsor of the Wolverines and has been serving the Woodland Hills community for nearly 3/4 of a century. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're gonna love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now. Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, with locations in East Pittsburgh and Turtle Creek, is a member of the Hall of Excellence of the National Funeral Directors Association. This reflects the same pursuit of excellence by our Woodland Hills football team, cheerleaders, marching band, students, staff, and faculty. For over 110 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been honored to serve local families and to be a proud partner of the Woodland Hills communities.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
State Farm agent Brandon Green wants to help you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize your dreams. You can visit his office, conveniently located in the Forest Hills Plaza. Give him a call at 412-824-4800 or visit his website at greencoverage.com. Whether you're looking for insurance, banking, or annuities, State Farm agent Brandon Green is here to help life go right.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
And we welcome you back to Martirelli Stadium in the North Hills of Pittsburgh, the home of the WPIAL quarterfinal matchup between the Woodland Hills Wolverines and the West Allegheny Indians. Adam Gusky and Eric Shuley on the call for you here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. And we welcome you back to the State Farm agent Brandon Green pregame show. And Eric, as we take a look at this football game, very reminiscent of seasons past where Woodland Hills takes on West Allegheny after a classic matchup in the regular season.
Certainly. Hopefully the Wolverines can have a quick memory loss after that tough loss against West Allegheny back on September 28th. West Allegheny loves to mix it up, so the Wolverine defense, which has been spectacular the past several weeks, has to be ready for whatever they're going to throw at them, whether it be going through the air, keeping the ball on the ground the traditional way, or they love to go to the Wildcat too.
And Eric, let's talk about that Woodland Hills defense. A shutout last week, and they were our State Senator Jay Costa players of the game. They were just spectacular, especially in the fourth quarter.
They certainly earned it against a great running back in Garrett Ranke and a whole great offense in Mars. They did a great job. Hopefully it translates over to tonight.
We are seconds away from kickoff here at Martirelli Stadium in the WPIAL quarterfinals. Woodland Hills will receive to begin this football game, and we'll send it down to the field. Woodland Hills will kick off to begin this football game. The Wolverines will go left to right across your computer screen or television screen, and we thank you for joining us no matter where you are across the Woodland Hills Football Network. The Wolverines near sideline wear their home black uniforms, black jerseys, black pants, turquoise numerals with the white trim, turquoise helmets with the black ears and stripes. And we'll get to West Allegheny in a moment as we are underway here in Ross Township, PA. End-over-end kick will carry all the way down to the 5-yard line, where it'll be returned by West Allegheny in a big gap up the middle initially for the return man, number 13, Dravon Baldwin, and then Baldwin is undercut by a few Wolverines as he crosses the 25 out towards the 27-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10 for West A.
Yeah, in that game back on September 28th, Dravon Baldwin had a huge kickoff return for a touchdown in the fourth quarter right after the Wolverines tied up that game. So obviously I'm sure that special teams was a point of emphasis for the Wolverines getting ready for this game this week.
They'll spot the ball actually at the 28, not the 27-yard line. So that's where West Allegheny will begin the first drive of the football game. Indians in the shotgun. And they're going to pitch off to Flatty, and Flatty running to his left-hand side. He'll drive his way forward out towards the 35, where the tackle is made by a Wolverine at that 35-yard line. And a pickup on that play of 7 yards brings up second down and 3.
Looked like the Wolverines did a good job of containing that at first, but a nice cut up the middle there, and then some help from his lineman driving him forward for a couple extra yards. Gets a nice big gain for West Allegheny on first down.
Going to hear a lot of the name Flatty because one is in the backfield, the other one runs the ball a whole heck of a lot, and you'll see both of them, in fact, run the ball a lot. Dante Flatty right now stands in at the shotgun, and he's going to keep it running to his right this time, lowers the shoulder, can't find any room, though, as he'll get to the 35 and no further. Brought to the turf by a few Wolverines there, leading the charge, Christopher Jones.
Waiting for a hole to open up there, but the Wolverines did a great job of clogging it up. Nowhere to go up the middle, so a nice job on second down for the Wolverines. Now putting West Allegheny in a tough third and about 3 yards here.
Woodland Hills, the number 5 team out of the Allegheny 8 Conference, while West Allegheny was conference runners-up behind the champion, Peters Township. Pistol with a bunch to the right. Quarterback is Cam Cruz this time as he'll roll to his right-hand side, has open receivers, dumps it off. Finding the receiver, Mateo Vandamia, and Vandamia forced out of bounds along the far boundary, just shy of the 40-yard line, but that'll be enough for a West Allegheny first down. It'll be first and 10 for the Indians, right around that 40.
Yeah, Mateo Vandamia, he's just a hard guy to cover, but the Wolverines did a nice job of covering that, but he just got enough as he was able to slip free. Vandamia, about 21 receptions on the year for just over 200 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Talk on that play by Coleman, also on the stop for the Wolverines, was Michael Roman. So first and 10 for West Allegheny, the ball on the right hash at their own 40. Shotgun as they'll send a man in motion, and coming from right to left is Kyle Merritt. Merritt's going to be met in the backfield and driven down to the turf. A host of Wolverines there. First there was Jeffrey Williams, who had a big pick a week ago.
Great job by the Wolverines there, getting it stopped in the backfield. Was very close to being a face mask, but fortunately the Wolverines avoid that, and something they're going to have to do tonight is avoid those penalties, especially in this big of a game and this magnitude in the playoffs. You got to keep away from the penalties.
where the Wolverines just absolutely tenacious going after the ball carrier on that play. Now it's 2nd down and 11, the ball in the middle of the field. West Allegheny splits receivers, 2 to either side, and a sidecar to the right-hand side of the quarterback, Cruz. Cruz looking left, throwing left, and the pass is incomplete. He threw it in between Javon Baldwin and Kyle Guilfoyle, and that incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, luckily he got rid of that ball too quickly there because it looked like a Wolverine defender, possibly Taylon Brooks, fell down, which gave an Indian some open space there, but the ball had already been released, so good job by the Wolverines. Now they got to stop this 3rd and long.
Clock stopped, 9:38 to play, first quarter. Dante Flotti is the sidecar to the left-hand side of Cam Cruz. Cruz looking right the whole way, throwing to his right-hand side, and the pass intended for Kyle Guilfoyle is incomplete. As he dove forward, he couldn't pull it in, and the incomplete pass brings up 4th down and 11. And Coach Palco's punt unit comes on.
Nice job by the Wolverines. It looked like Guilfoyle was able to get some separation there. He was open, but just not able to pull that in. Would have been a nice grab by Guilfoyle, but falls incomplete, and Wolverines get a stop.
Punt unit on here for West Allegheny. Low snap, but the punter able to take a couple of steps to his right and get it away. And it'll bounce into the hands of the return man on that far sideline. And on the return for Woodland Hills, that time Jaden Lucas. Lucas forced out of bounds at the 31, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Woody High.
Good job by the Wolverine defense right there on that initial drive. They gave up that 1st down, but then they tightened things up. And last game between these two, West Allegheny was able to take the ball all the way down the field and score on their opening drive. So good start for the Wolverine defense, and hopefully the offense can take this ball down the field here behind Gavin Judson, Anthony Meredith, and William Clark.
Woodland Hills breaks the huddle with an eye backfield. Wolverines coming off of the upset victory over Mars last week. Play action. Judson looking to his right, has some time, looks back to his left-hand side. He's just going to throw it into the West Allegheny bench as there was nobody there. And now the flag comes down on that far sideline. I think this is going to be a intentional grounding against Woodland Hills, and I think that's the right call. There was no Wolverine even going on a pattern on that far boundary.
Yeah, nobody was in the area there. There was pretty decent coverage by West Allegheny. It looked like some initial miscommunication there in the coverage, but they were able to take care of that play well, and then Judson had nowhere to go, and unfortunately it's going to back up the Wolverines, and it's not how the offense can start here.
And intentional grounding being enforced from the spot of the pass, which was the 21-yard line. So they're going to march that ball back. Actually, they're going to march it from the 15 back to, from the 20 back to the 15. Add to that a loss of down, and it's 2nd down and a mile. Line to gain is the 41. The ball's at the 15. That makes it 2nd and 26. Judson stepping under center with an eye backfield behind him. Receiver split to either side as he'll hand off to William Clark. Clark driving his way forward. He'll push it out past the 15, out towards the 17 before he's brought down by an Indian. Tackle on the play there by Logan Rossi.
Yeah, just not how you want to start for Woodland Hills after a big penalty there, and then trying to run the ball up the middle, and it's going to be tough to do against a stout front for West Allegheny, and now you just have to hope you get some yardage here, put yourself in a little bit better position for a punt.
3rd and 24. Judson stepping under center. Eye backfield behind him. Receivers split to either side. Double tights. Hard count by Judson, and the right tackle just shifted forward enough to draw the eye of the official. And the false start against Julius Brown is going to cost Woodland Hills 5 more yards.
Yeah, we've seen this before from the offense, especially early in a game. Hopefully they're able to get rid of these jitters and knock out these penalties here. Certainly don't want to go backwards, especially first drive of the game.
8:33 as the clock winds here in a scoreless first quarter. Woodland Hills, West Allegheny, quarterfinals of the WPIAL playoffs. Judson hands off. Clark running right, has some room, tries to bounce it outside, slips through a tackle. He'll cross the 25, and he's caught from behind. A nice job there by Cam Cruz to come from behind because Clark only had one more man to beat, and it could have been end zone.
Yeah, if nothing else, Wolverines get some breathing room there. That was key. As we know, the Wolverines have had some troubles on punt snaps this year. Chucky Hanchett's done a great job of handling them, but William Clark getting out to the 25-yard line and a nice run for Woodland Hills, but still have to punt.
Good snap this time for Hanchett, and Hanchett gets it away. It'll bounce in favor of the Wolverines. It'll be returned by Kyle Guilfoyle, and he slips on the wet turf. Converging on him was a Wolverine, Jaden Edmonds, but Guilfoyle just lost his footing, and it'll be 1st and 10 for West Allegheny at their own 37.
Could be the first time the wet weather affects the game there, as Guilfoyle unable to keep his footing as he tried to make a quick little juke there. West Allegheny will start now, 1st and 10.
Ball on the left hash for the Indians. Quarterback is Cruz. Sidecar to his right is Nico Flatty. Trips to the right of the formation. Cruz is going to run to his right-hand side, driving his way forward, crosses the 40, and he'll carry it all the way out to the 44-yard line for a pickup on that play of about 7 yards before a handful of Wolverines bring him down, and that brings up a second very manageable 3 for the Indians.
Yeah, Cruz is not afraid to run it. He has over 80 carries on the year and just close to 300 yards rushing, so he's not going to be afraid to tuck it down and run, certainly for West Allegheny.
So 2nd and 3 for the Indians as Cruz remains in at quarterback. Sidecar to his left-hand side is Flatty, and they'll split 3 receivers to the left. Hard count by Cruz. Throwing to the near side, and the pass is complete. Some room for the receiver, Javon Baldwin, and Baldwin finally shouldered out of bounds by Michael Coleman inside of the 40, but there's a flag back behind the end of the play, and it's holding against West Allegheny. And it's going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. The spot of the foul, the 46. So that's going to push West Allegheny back to the 44, and it'll remain 2nd down and about 3.
Wolverines there read that play well. I think it might have been Jaden Lucas or Mike Coleman. Somebody read that play really well, got blocked out of the play, but then a little holding there helps out the Wolverines, certainly.
So big help there for Woodland Hills. Instead of 1st and 10 for West A inside of the Wolverines 30, it's 2nd down and 3 for the Indians with the ball at their own 44. Cruz remains the quarterback. To his right-hand side, Nico Flatty. They'll split 3 receivers to the right-hand side. Cruz feigns passing to the right-hand side. He'll take off running, get to the 45 and no further, where the tackle is made by Caleb Brevard.
Caleb Brevard, so trustworthy on that defense for the Wolverines all season. Cruz ran right into him. He wasn't going any further. Sometimes you see guys able to slip forward, squirt, get a couple extra after initial contact. Not that time for Cruz as Brevard takes him right down.
And it's good news for Woodland Hills that Caleb Brevard is able to play defense specifically. He doesn't have to play guard because the Wolverines have their deepest bench of the season heading into this WPIAL quarterfinal.
Especially missing a guy like Sidney Summers, Caleb Brevard is key to the defense.
Wings to either side of the formation, 1 receiver to the short side left. The quarterback, Nico Flatty. Flatty running to his left-hand side. He's met in the backfield, pulled back, nowhere to go. First Wolverine back there appeared to be Taiwan Milton. Meredith also involved on the tackle for Woodland Hills. And West Allegheny pushed back a couple of yards, and the punt unit has to come on again for head coach Bob Palco on the far sideline in his final season as the head man of West End.
Great job by the Wolverines defense there. Got a big stop right when they needed it. Now Jaden Lucas back ready to return this punt.
Punter Gavin Miller gets it away. Wobbling punt, takes a bounce in favor of West Allegheny. Lucas gets away from it, and it'll be down by West A. Connor Stout downing that football. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolverines at the 24, so 3 consecutive punts to start this football game between these Allegheny 8 conference rivals. And Eric, it's amazing to think that these 2 teams played for the first time like 5 seasons ago. And then when you look at the way these 2 teams have played games over the last 5 years and how hard fought those games have been, they've become instant classics.
Every time seems like a close one, Adam.
Back down to the field where Woodland Hills has it 1st and 10 with 5:11 to play at their own 24. Handoff, and it's Clark running to the right-hand side, driving his way across the 25 to the 27 for a pickup of 3.
Lots of big bodies up there for West Allegheny. And, you know, when Woodland Hills last played West Allegheny the first half, they tried to keep the ball on the ground the majority of the time. Not a great amount of success. In the second half, they really opened up, and that's when they dominated the Indians in the second half.
I formation, 2 receivers to the right-hand side. Handoff. Clark driving his way towards the 30 before driven back. Tackle on the play by Ian McBain, amongst others, for West A. Pick-up of 3 on that play brings up 3rd down and 5.
See what Coach Tim Bostard elects to do here. Interesting situation. Been able to get some yards running, not too much success, but see if he decides to go to the air here on a key 3rd down.
Yeah, it's 3rd, about 4.5. The line to gain is just past the 34-yard line. The ball right at the 30. Judson under center with an eye backfield behind him. Receiver split to either side, and the left tackle moves early this time on a hard count by Gavin Judson.
Nice try by Judson there in an attempt to get West Allegheny to jump offside, but in the process, Woodland Hills just unable to stay disciplined there on the front line and jump early.
So 3rd down and a long 9 for Woody High. The ball at the 25, the line to gain just shy of the 35. Judson will step under center, a tight end to the right. Receiver split to either side. Judson hands off. Clark spins. Slides through a tackle. Trying to dance his way to the far side, but West Allegheny's all over it. Now the ball comes loose, and I think West Allegheny fell on top of it. William Clark tried to make something out of nothing and had the ball ripped away. The officials will allow the body stun pile, and it'll be West A football at the 16-yard line, and that's bad news for Woody High.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that that's what Woodland Hills went with there on a 3rd and 9, had Judson under center and just a straight run up the middle, and William Clark just probably should have gone down there, but tries to make something out of nothing, as you said, Adam, and ends in a disaster for the Wolverines, and hopefully the defense can get another big stop, but on a very short field now for West Allegheny.
.337 to play in the first quarter. West A at the Woodland Hills 16. Cruz off of play action out of the pistol. He's wrapped, eludes the first Wolverine, but Caleb Brevard won't be denied as Cruz is sacked back at the 21.
Great job by the defense there, getting quick pressure. I was surprised that West Allegheny actually went to the air there, but they chose to and had an open receiver along the sideline, but Cruz was just unable to get rid of the ball fast enough, and a great sack for the Wolverines. They got to keep pushing them back here if they want to keep them out of the end zone.
So West Allegheny facing 2nd down and 15 with the ball at the 21. Cruz, lateral pass to the near side, and the pass is complete to Flatty, and he'll carry it down inside of the 15 to the 13-yard line where he is brought down. Dante Flatty on the catch there, actually on the rush because it was a lateral pass.
Yeah, Flatty is going to be very dangerous on the ground and through the air, certainly, and as you said, that's going to go down as a run, but just very well executed. Everybody hit their blocks, and he was able to get a lot of that yardage that was lost back and create a bit more manageable of a 3rd down situation here for West Allegheny. Defense got to step up and get a stop here.
So 3rd and 7 for West Allegheny with the football at the Woodland Hills 13-yard line. Indians trying to take advantage of a Woodland Hills fumble. Trips to the right, sidecar to the right. Cruz looking right out of the shotgun. He's pressured, now rolls to his left-hand side, and I don't know if he lost an edge there or decided to slide down instead of getting tattooed by Christopher Jones, but either way, a loss on that play of 7 yards, and West Allegheny is going to bring the field goal unit on here on 4th and long from the 20. This will be a 37-yard field goal attempt for the kicker, John McCardle.
There again, the wet turf helping out the Wolverines, although not sure Cruz was going anywhere there as Wolverines got nice pressure.
Holder late to come on as Cruz is the holder, the quarterback, and not sure if he didn't know Palco was going for the field goal or what. But McCardle, his field goal attempt, end over end, and no good, wide to the left-hand side, and they missed field goal, and Woodland Hills gets the ball at the 20-yard line, so the fumble doesn't end up costing the Wolverines anything.
Huge, absolutely huge for Woodland Hills. If you're going to win a big playoff game like this, you cannot give up turnovers like that and let them result in points, and the defense steps up big, pushes West Allegheny back, and then the missed field goal on some nice pressure there, maybe rushed the kick a bit. Nonetheless, Woodland Hills now has the ball at the 20-yard line and chance to redeem themselves after those first 2 drives.
1:21 to play here in a scoreless first quarter. Woodland Hills and West Allegheny tied up at 0 apiece. 3 punts, a fumble by William Clark, and a missed field goal by West Allegheny. And that's how Woodland Hills has the ball first and 10 at their own 20. Judson in the shotgun for the first time today, and he's going to hand it off to Anthony Meredith, who gets his first carry of the game, crossing the 20 out towards the 23-yard line before he's brought down by Mateo Vandamia. And Vandamia may have grabbed the face mask there. The flag came in, and if that's against West A, it's going to be first and 10 for Woodland Hills out across the 30.
Yeah, it looked like it would have to be a face mask in terms of where it was thrown. I'm not sure if Meredith grabbed the face mask or if West Allegheny did. Yes, in fact, Adam, you're correct. It was West Allegheny, probably Vandamia, as he was the one who was engaged with with Anthony Meredith there. Big break there for the Wolverines, and you know that play was very well designed as Jay Smith gets that ball on the jet sweep a lot for Woodland Hills, but the fake to Smith and then the give to Anthony Meredith gave him some running room, and now Woodland Hills after the face mask. First down at their own 37.
1:06 to play, scoreless first quarter. Judson in the pistol. He's going to hand off. Meredith, the ball carrier, trying to dance to his left, nowhere to go. Actually, he's going to lose a yard on the play. Bottom of the pile for West Allegheny is James Krashna. And now they'll move the ball forward again out towards the 37, where it'll remain second down and 10. Wolverines in the pistol. Meredith behind Judson. Two receivers split to either side. Toss to the far side left. It's Michael Coleman trying to make something happen as he runs to this near side right, and he's going to be undercut shy of the 35-yard line. Coleman would have been well served to cut it up inside. As he was cutting the play back, there was some room upfield. He tried to make one more cut around Ian McBain, and McBain said, no way. Loss of 3 on the play brings up third down and 13.
Yeah, Mike Coleman, such a talented, skilled player for Woodland Hills. You don't mind him doing that at all. You're right, Adam. Just one more cut up the middle probably would have gotten him big yardage, and that'll lead to the end of the first quarter.
Quarter one in the books. Woodland Hills and West Allegheny knotted up at 0 apiece. You're tuned in to the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Farm agent Brandon Green wants to help you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize your dreams. You can visit his office, conveniently located in the Forest Hills Plaza. Give him a call at 412-824-4800 or visit his website at greencoverage.com. Whether you're looking for insurance, banking, or annuities, State Farm agent Brandon Green is here to help life go right.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
This game and the broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL, the Woodland Hills Football Network, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Any broadcast of this game is intended exclusively for the benefit of the listening audience. And any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent from the WPIAL, Trib Total Media, and the Woodland Hills Football Network is strictly prohibited. Woodland Hills facing third down and 13 on the first play of the second quarter. The ball at their own 34. Judson out of the pistol, straight drop back. Pressured as he rolls to his right-hand side. He's going to tuck and run now. Takes it across the 40, still on his feet across the 45. Close to first down yardage as he reached that ball out, crossing the 46 out towards the 47. Looks like they're going to spot the ball right at the 46. That brings up fourth down and 1. And it's decision time here for Tim Bostard, as they're actually going to spot that ball in between the 46 and 47. The line to gain just past the 47. So it looks like Tim Bostard's going to keep the offense out on the field here, and a big play for the Woodland Hills offense.
I love the aggressive call to keep the offense on the field. Judson able to get out of the pocket there. It looked initially like he was able to get enough yardage for the first down, just shy, but hopefully the offense is able to do the work here and get the ball across the first down marker.
So 4th and 1, big play for the Wolverines. They'll set up in the pistol, 2 receivers left, 1 to the far boundary right. Judson, hands off. Hesitation, then driving forward, the Wolverine ball carrier. Looks like he got enough for the first down as they'll spot that ball out between the 47 and 48-yard lines. And the officials say it's a first down for Woody High as they push it all the way out to the 48. Nice run there for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Anthony Meredith knew how much yardage he needed, which wasn't much. Lowered the shoulder and was just able to push forward enough to get a big first down as Wolverines are just very close to entering Indians territory.
Cold night here, chilly and rainy, 39 degrees. Light wind, 9 miles per hour in Ross Township, Pennsylvania. Adam Gusky, Eric Shuley on the call for you here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Shotgun, twins to either side, and movement up front again by Woodland Hills. False start's going to push them back 5. This WPIAL playoff broadcast brought to you by State Farm agent Brandon Green. We thank Brandon Green for sponsoring our playoff broadcasts for the second game in a row and for the second season in a row. Special thanks to the former Wolverine running back Brandon Green. First and 15 for Woodland Hills with the football at their own 43. Woodland Hills, this drive starting at their own 20 after a missed field goal by West A in the latter stages of quarter number 1. West A attempted a field goal after a fumble by William Clark. Now it's Meredith running to his left. He has nowhere to go as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and then every white jersey on the field seemed to have a shot at Meredith, and down at the bottom of the pile for West A is Ian McBain.
Hey, we're thinking run all the way, and West A was right. That's the traditional thing for Woodland Hills, certainly. Opened up the game with a pass on first down, but there are just too many Indians that knew the run was coming. Nowhere for Anthony Meredith to go.
So second down and 15 for Woodland Hills. The ball still at their own 43 here. Clock winding, 10:20 to play in the first half. Twins to either side, pistol formation with Meredith behind Judson. Motion man is Coleman from left to right. He'll crab now. Option running to the left. It's Meredith lowering his shoulder inside of Indians territory. He'll be brought down at the West A 49.
New wrinkle in the Wolverines offense. It might be the first time all year we've seen the option, and it worked out pretty well there. Gavin Judson at the just right time made the decision to get the pitch to Anthony Meredith. A nice pitch. Meredith pulls it in, gets the ball over the 50-yard line. A little bit more manageable now. Still tough on a third down here.
Think about all the athletic quarterbacks Woodland Hills has had over the years and the fact that they haven't run the option very often over the first 32 years of the program. But I got a wink from Tim Bostard yesterday saying we may run the option tomorrow. Rolling to the right, Judson. He's going to now tuck. And he'll pick up a few yards as he gets towards the 46-yard line. A little shove along the far boundary. No flags fly, though. And that'll bring the punt unit on fourth down and about 5 from the 46.
Yeah, this would be probably a little bit too aggressive here this early in the game. You might want to play the field position game with how well your defense is playing. I like the decision by Judson, though, not to force anything there and just hold it and get out of bounds.
Chucky Hanchett, the punter. The long snapper, Rodney Stubbs. Punt away by Hanchett, end over end kick. Will carry all the way down inside of the 5. And again, Armani Bailey's going to down it inside of the 2. 3 weeks in a row, a heady play on special teams by sophomore Armani Bailey to down a punt down at the 1-yard line.
Armani Bailey, Johnny on the spot for the Wolverines last couple of weeks on special teams. And a nice punt by Chucky Hanchett as he was getting pressured, and a great roll. And Wolverines defense has them backed up at the 1-yard line. This is a big opportunity here to get a safety and get some momentum. If you're the Wolverines defense, you just can't let anything break free deep.
West Allegheny started the game with a punt. With the ball rather, and they punted. Then Woodland Hills punted. Then West A punted. Then the Wolverines fumbled. A missed field goal by West Allegheny. Now the Wolverines punt, giving West A the ball. First and 10 at their own 1-yard line with 9:17 to play in the second quarter. And stepping under center for the first time today is Cam Cruz, and Cruz tries to shove his way forward and maybe gets a yard before he's brought down by the right side of the defensive front for Woodland Hills.
A few attempts to get the Wolverines to jump offside there into the neutral zone, but unsuccessful for Cam Cruz, and good job by the Wolverines front to just wait and stand still.
Scoreless here. Just over 3 minutes played in the second quarter. Woodland Hills, West Allegheny, WPIAL quarterfinals. 2 receivers left and a wing to the left. Cruz under center. He'll motion a man back into the backfield, setting up an I backfield. Hard count. Cruz is going to hand off. The ball carrier is Dante Flotty, and Flotty out towards the 5 where he will be undercut by a Wolverine. And that gives West A bit of breathing room, but now they face a 3rd down and 6 at their own 5.
Yeah, still good job by the Wolverines defense, not letting them get any further there. Just out to the 5, and now is a key play here. You could definitely get the ball back in good field position if you're able to get a big stop here on defense.
Jaden Lucas with the tackle on that previous play for Woodland Hills. 8 minutes to play here in a scoreless second quarter. Cruz now in the shotgun. Bunch to the left, one receiver to the short side right. Now they'll motion a receiver to the far boundary left. And Cruz is going to pitch. And running with the football, Kyle Guilfoyle. And Kyle Guilfoyle has the first down and more on a gadget play coming from the left wing up to the right-hand side, and he takes it all the way out to the 30 before Anthony Meredith makes the tackle.
Yeah, that's when the great coaching of Bob Palco comes into play. Just a very, very well-designed and executed play by West Allegheny. Had the Wolverines completely outsmarted, and hopefully defense can put the drive to an end here on this next series of downs.
Yeah, 1st and 10 for West A at their own 30 after this drive started at their own 1. A big pickup of 25 yards on that previous play by Guilfoyle. And there's a timeout on the field. That'll give us an opportunity to take a break, too. 7:17 to play in a scoreless second quarter. You're tuned into the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Busch Brothers Car Care Center in Swissvale has been a Monongahela Avenue institution for over 30 years. Busch Brothers is a full-service mechanic and tire shop for all types of vehicles. Whether you need mechanical work, an alignment, state inspection and emissions testing, new tires, or just an oil change, Busch Brothers is the place for you. Busch Brothers Car Care Center, Monongahela Avenue in Swissvale, or give Martin and Jason a call at 412-351-5342.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back in Martirelli Stadium in the North Hills of Pittsburgh, Woodland Hills, West Allegheny tied up at 0 apiece. Second quarter of the WPIAL quarterfinals. Cam Cruz looks left, now is going to take off running to his right-hand side. Pulled back by Michael Roman. Roman trying to strip that football away, but the whistles blow long before Roman forces the fumble or Cam Cruz spins out of tacklers. And it'll be second down and a very manageable 3 with the ball at the 37-yard line. A pickup on that play of 7 for Cruz.
Yeah, got some decent forward progress there on a pretty good, I think, pretty generous spot there by the refs. I don't know if he was able to get up that far, but nonetheless, still Wolverines gotta get a stop here.
Yeah, I don't think he got out towards the 38 where that ball spotted. I think he was right at the 37. Now the quarterback is Dante Flatty, and he'll run to his right-hand side. He'll get to the 40, and he drives his way out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Tackle on the play by Taylon Brooks. And it'll be 1st and 10 for West A. They have driven this ball 40 yards from their own 1 to their own 41. Since a great punt by Chucky Hanchett was down by Armani Bailey back at the 1-yard line some 3 minutes ago.
You're going to see Dante Flatty taking that direct snap out of the Wildcat often. He had some room to run there, and hopefully the Wolverines can get a stop here.
Now it's Nico Flatty, the quarterback. High snap. Flatty running right, slides back to the left-hand side, crosses the line of scrimmage, gets out towards the 45 where he's hit hard by a Wolverine. And that'll bring up second down, and about 6 after the gain of 4.
Yeah, tough run by Nico Flatty that time. After that initial contact by Jaden Lucas, didn't think he was going to be able to squirt free for anything extra. Got that extra last yard there after he spun out of the tackle by Jaden Lucas.
2nd and 6 for West A. The ball at their own 45. 5:35 to go as the clock winds here in quarter number 2. We're scoreless. Cam Cruz feigns a pass to the left-hand side, drives his way to the line of scrimmage. They'll say he gets out to the 46 before he's brought down by a trio of Wolverines. And that'll bring up 3rd down and about a half dozen, maybe 3rd and 5. As the ball just shy of the 46-yard line, and the line to gain is the 49 of the Wolverines.
Anthony Meredith working hard there, one of the guys who goes both ways for Woodland Hills. Nice tackle. Hopefully Woodland Hills ends this drive right here with just under 5 minutes left to go until half ends.
Cam Cruz in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 to the near side right. Cruz looking left, throwing left, the pass complete. With the football, Mateo Vandamia, and Vandamia squirts free all the way to the far sideline where he's finally forced out of bounds by Jeffrey Williams, but not before a big first down, and West A has driven this ball 60 yards from their own 1 to the Woodland Hills 39 on a protracted drive occupying over 4 minutes at this point.
So these third down plays are killing Woodland Hills right now. Obviously a couple missed tackles there too by the Wolverines. He already had the first down, but they got to stop these third downs.
1st and 10 for West A. The ball at the Woodland Hills 39-yard line. Shotgun. And it's Nico Flotti running to his left-hand side, driving his way inside of the 35. He'll get to the 33, where the tackle is made by Michael Roman. Pick up on that play of a half dozen, brings up 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, you know, this Wildcat's working so well for West Allegheny because they're taking that direct snap and automatically going straight up the middle, not giving enough time for Woodland Hills to get any penetration. And on the other side, the running up the middle is not working for Woodland Hills just because the defense for West Allegheny is getting through and getting penetration.
West A in the road whites, Woodland Hills in the home blacks. And that all has to do with the bracket format, not who was better in the regular season. Flatty running to his left-hand side, gets to the 30 before he's driven back. That'll be shy of the first down marker, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Nice open field tackle by a Wolverine on that far boundary.
Very nice job to keep West Allegheny just shy of the first down here now at the 30-yard line with the first down marker at the 29. But another 3rd down, this one not nearly as long as the other ones, just a yard. Hopefully Woodland Hills got to get the stop now.
West A right now on a very long drive from their own 1 to the Woodland Hills 30. They face a 3rd down and 1 at that Woody High 30. Cam Cruz steps under center, steps to his left, has a little gap, and then gets a shove from behind by the West A running back, and that'll be more than enough for a first down as that ball will be spotted right around the 28.
Yeah, that's just so tough to stop when you got those big boys up front on a QB sneak like that.
Now, the original spot was the 28 by the official on the near side. Then the umpire comes in and spots the ball at the 27, and the officials don't think anything fishy of it. So it'll be 1st and 10 for West A at the 27. Trips to the right, sidecar to the right of Cam Cruz. Cruz bobbles the snap, tries to run his way forward after a broken play, but he has nowhere to go as there was a Wolverine defensive lineman in there to meet Cruz right away. I think it was DeJuan Howes who made the stop, and it was.
Something like that, good to see for Woodland Hills. Anything you can get to just slow down this Indians offense just a little bit. DeJuan Howes a good job of not letting Cam Cruz break free there as we approach 2 minutes to go until the end of the first half.
2nd and a dozen for West A. The ball at their 29. Or rather at the Woodland Hills 29. They started this drive with 9:17 to play at their own 1-yard line. There's now just over 2 minutes to play, and the ball's at the Woodland Hills 29. Quick math says that's a 70-yard drive. Cruz pressured, rolling to his right, throwing, and it's bobbled. Oh my goodness, Woodland Hills nearly had it. 2 Wolverines converged on the football at the same time, and Lucas and Roman broke up the pass towards each other.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Wolverines, they were unable to haul that in because had they been able to, may have been able to have been taken to the house there as there weren't many Indians in the area, and the speed of the Wolverines secondary might have been able to do the job there, but nonetheless, they're able to break up the pass, and another 3rd down, and this one long.
Yeah, had Lucas caught that one, he was running to the far boundary, and there was not many white jerseys over there. So now it's 3rd down and 12 for West A, the ball at the Woodland Hills 29. Straight drop back for the QB. He's wrapped, he's sacked, the ball came loose, but they're going to say that he was brought down on the play, and the new quarterback for the first time today in there is Gavin Miller, and Gavin Miller is brought down at the 36, maybe the 37-yard line, and it's 4th and a country mile for West Allegheny.
Great job of pressuring the QB there by Woodland Hills. It was DeJuan Howes who had that last bit of pressure there, able to get that sack for Woodland Hills, throwing down Gavin Miller. And a big stop for Woodland Hills is, if that's Cam Cruz, I saw Mateo Vandamia break open in the seam. If that's Cam Cruz, who's out in the field more in that quarterback position, he may have been able to hit him. So Gavin Miller, a little bit more inexperienced, unable to get rid of that ball quick.
And I think Bob Palco here is going to take the play clock all the way down to 1 second and then call for a timeout on 4th down and 20. Just over a minute to play here in quarter number 2. Woodland Hills and West Allegheny tied up at 0 apiece. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Woodland Hills football is brought to you in part by the law offices of Owen Seman. Owen is a Woodland Hills alumnus who studied law at Duquesne University and has been practicing law in the Pittsburgh area for over 15 years. Attorney Owen Seaman's experience encompasses virtually every facet of criminal defense. If you find yourself in need of criminal defense representation, call Owen at 412-721-0412 or visit owenthelawyer.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
4th down and 20 for West Allegheny. The ball at the Woodland Hills 37-yard line. This drive for West A started with 9:17 to play here in the second quarter at the West A 1. They drove the ball all the way down inside of the Woodland Hills 30 to around the 27-yard line, and since have been pushed back.
Got to be ready for anything here. Bob Palco in his final year of coaching. He's going to go for it on this 4th and very long.
Gavin Miller, the quarterback, straight drop back, looking right, pressured, steps through pressure, throws down the near boundary, and it's broken up by Michael Coleman. The Division I defensive back was having nothing of the pass intended for Mateo Vandamia. Turnover on downs, first down, Woodland Hills.
Just a huge play by Mike Coleman. He had great coverage on the star receiver for West Allegheny, Mateo Vandamia, who was open down the sideline for a little bit, but then Mike Coleman was just right there on some great coverage to knock the ball away from Vandamia on just a textbook play there.
So Woodland Hills will start this drive at their own 37-yard line after West Allegheny chewed up 8 minutes and 24 seconds on that previous drive. Wolverines in the shotgun. Running to the left-hand side, Michael Coleman. Sliding his way forward, breaks free to the near boundary. He's got the first down out towards the 49, maybe the 50-yard line. They're going to spot the ball actually at the 48. Not sure why the clock kept running there. About 2 or 3 seconds came off the clock. A timeout is taken by Woodland Hills, and we'll see if the officials put a couple of seconds on or not. That's irrelevant right now. We're going to step away. 42 seconds to play here in a scoreless second quarter. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
On the first play of this drive, Woodland Hills in the Wildcat, and Michael Coleman picked up nice yardage from the 37 out to the 48, a pickup of 11. Now it's 1st and 10 for Woodland Hills, and the Wolverines remain in the Wildcat, and this time it's Jay Smith running to his right, throwing to his right. He has a wide open receiver. It's caught. Davian Rochelle with the reception at the 26-yard line. First down for Woodland Hills.
Just a nice play by Woodland Hills, a trick play, something you very rarely see from a Woodland Hills offense. Coach Tim Bosser going to slow things down here and take a big timeout with 34 seconds, the right thing to do. I believe he has all 3.
2 now. He
down
has
to
1.
2. Okay.
He took 1 on that previous play, then 1 there, so now they're down to 1.
Perfect. So still 1 timeout. You're in good field position here. We'll see what Woody High can do.
Well, we'll keep it here and thank State Farm agent Brandon Green for presenting today's playoff broadcast here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Stay tuned for the State Farm agent Brandon Green halftime show. Woodland Hills 34 seconds away from halftime, but they threaten with the ball at the West A 26-yard line. Woodland Hills started this drive at their own 37. First play, Wildcat. Coleman ran to the left out to the 48-yard line. On the second play, It was Jay Smith, wearing 11 today. Throws the ball out to Davian Rochelle, who catches the ball and is brought down, or rather falls down, at the 26-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 for Woody High. Smith, the quarterback again, running to the left. Turns the corner inside of the 25, shouldered out of bounds at around the 17, maybe the 18-yard line. And Woodland Hills is in business now, facing a 2nd down and 2 at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, that's a risk when you run the Wildcat down here and about 30 seconds left. You still got a timeout, but that speed of Jay Smith, he's able to get good yardage and get out of bounds. You're not going to see many guys in high school be able to do that from the far hash.
And now Gavin Judson is back in at quarterback with William Clark behind him. Receivers split to either side, double tights. Handoff, Clark running left. He's got the first down inside of the 15 to the near boundary, and out of bounds he goes at around the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 for Woodland Hills. The clock stops with 21 seconds to play.
Great run by William Clark there. He knew he had to get out of bounds, and he sure did. And you know, a little bit of frustration there by Drayvon Baldwin at the end. He tried to rip that ball away from William Clark, way out of bounds, and it's what you want to see now. Get the Indians back on their heels. 21 seconds left.
Woodland Hills has 1 timeout remaining. They have it 1st and 10 at the West Allegheny 11. Pistol, twins to the right. Low snap, handoff. Clark shimmies through a hole, drives his way forward. He'll get to the 7-yard line. And will Coach Boster take a timeout here, or will he instruct Judson to clock it? I think they're going to use the timeout with no time on the clock to bring the field goal unit on.
Yeah, I think that will be the call by Coach Tim Bostard. I'm a bit surprised he didn't try to call the timeout earlier and maybe take one attempt at the end zone there, but he trusts his kicker, Chucky Hanchett, in a game like this where the defenses are prevailing a lot. You give him a chance to put this one through the uprights here with 2 seconds remaining until the end of the first half.
Quick timeout. We'll step away, too. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale is a proud sponsor of the Wolverines and has been serving the Woodland Hills community for nearly 3/4 of a century. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're gonna love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now.
Chucky Hanchett attempting a field goal on 2nd down and 6. Wolverines looking for the first points of the game. Good snap, hold by Lucas, the kick up. That field goal is good. Time expires, and we head to the locker room with Woodland Hills leading West Allegheny by a score of 3-0.
Great way to end the half for the Wolverines.
No doubt about it. Woodland Hills takes a 3-point lead into the locker room. They start a drive with 53 seconds to play at their own 37-yard line. Some gadget plays, some traditional offense, and Woodland Hills ends up getting it over the crossbar and between the uprights for the final play of the second quarter to take this 3-0 lead into the locker room. Nice job by Woody High.
Executed that 2-minute drill very well there at the end.
We're going to step away for a couple of minutes. When we return, it'll be the State Farm agent Brandon Green halftime show here on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Woodland Hills football is brought to you in part by the law offices of Owen Seman. Owen is a Woodland Hills alumnus who studied law at Duquesne University and has been practicing law in the Pittsburgh area for over 15 years. Attorney Owen Seaman's experience encompasses virtually every facet of criminal defense. If you find yourself in need of criminal defense representation, call Owen at 412-721-0412 or visit owenthelawyer.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Wolverine Football is also brought to you by the Triangle Bar and Grill, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, the law offices of Owen Seaman, Busch Brothers Car Care, the Barbers Inn in Swissvale, LG3 Entertainment, Web Landings, ABOS Opticians, Matthews Auto Service, and DeZubin Dental Associates. Now it's time for the Woodland Hills Football Network halftime show.
And we welcome you back here on the State Farm agent Brandon Green halftime show. Adam Gusky, Eric Shuley on the call for you here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. And Woodland Hills takes a 3-point lead into the locker room. West Allegheny got the ball first, Eric. They punted. The Wolverines returned the favor, punting it back to the Indians. West Allegheny not able to do anything with their second drive of the game, punted it to Woodland Hills. That's when Woodland Hills made a mistake. A fumble by William Clark. It was recovered by West Allegheny at the Woodland Hills 16. West Allegheny wasn't able to do much with it and ultimately missed a field goal, and that missed field goal gave Woodland Hills the ball at their own 20-yard line. The Wolverines moved the ball up the field a bit, got a nice punt by Chucky Hanchett, and that ball rolled all the way down to the West Allegheny 1-yard line. West Allegheny then occupied the next 8 minutes and 24 seconds of play before ending up turning the football over on downs on a 4th down play on 4th and 20. Woodland Hills got it with 53 seconds to play at their own 37-yard line. Some gadget plays, some traditional offense, and on the final play of the second quarter, a 24-yard field goal by Chucky Hanchett, and the Wolverines take a 3-0 lead into the locker room. And overall, if you're a Wolverine fan, you've got to be happy, Eric.
Yeah, certainly. That almost 99-yard drive by West Allegheny got close to being that, but the defense did a great job of stopping it. And then at the end there, before the half, a nice mix of the Wildcat and a little trick play, and the speed of the Wolverines was huge as they were able to get to the sideline and get out of bounds a few times to get the 3 points on the board.
We're going to step away for a little bit. If you're listening live, you can enjoy the North Hills and Woodland Hills marching bands. And if you're watching one of our replays on any of our TV affiliates or on our YouTube channel, we'll be back momentarily with more of the State Farm agent Brandon Green halftime show. Again, your halftime score, Woodland Hills leading West Allegheny by a score of 3-0. You're tuned into the Wolverines and the Indians on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
And we welcome you back here at Martirelli Stadium, where Woodland Hills leads the West Allegheny Indians 3-0. It's halftime, and it's the State Farm agent Brandon Green halftime show. Adam Gusky, Eric Shuley on the call for you here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. And Eric, you know, you've got to be happy if you're a Woodland Hills fan. This is now 6 straight quarters Woodland Hills has shut out an opponent here in the playoffs. Add to that Woodland Hills got the final score of that half, that field goal by Chucky Hanchett covering 24 yards, and Woodland Hills takes the lead into the locker room.
Completely unexpected, too, Adam. I thought Coach Tim might just take the ball into the half with a 0-0 score, but he was aggressive, and I love to see it, especially working in the Wildcat, working in a trick play, able to get that 3 points on the board.
And we talked about it last week. The Wolverines put very little on tape throughout the regular season, a lot of basic plays, and then once it came to playoff time last week, we saw them mix it up a bit, even more so in the final minute of the second quarter.
I think they're going to have to do the same thing in the second half, just like they did last time they played West Allegheny in the regular season, really opened it up in the second half, and they were very successful.
We're going to step away for a couple of minutes here in the State Farm agent Brandon Green halftime show. More of the halftime show when we return here on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Woodland Hills Football is brought to you in part by the law offices of Owen Seman. Owen is a Woodland Hills alumnus who studied law at Duquesne University and has been practicing law in the Pittsburgh area for over 15 years. Attorney Owen Seaman's experience encompasses virtually every facet of criminal defense. If you find yourself in need of criminal defense representation, call Owen at 412-721-0412 or visit owenthelawyer.com. There are a few things that guys like more than a great haircut at a real barbershop. And at the Barbers Inn on Washington Avenue in Swissvale, you'll find both. Plus, you can relax in style on supple leather sofas while watching their big screen HD TV. You can even shoot some pool while you wait. But most importantly, you'll walk out the door with a haircut or shave that you're sure to love. Walk-ins are always welcome at the Barbers Inn. For more information, call 412-271-7434. And remember, real men come to the Barbers Inn.
A-Boss Opticians on Braddock Avenue in Braddock is your one-stop optical shop. With hundreds of the latest frame styles and lenses, the skilled opticians at A-Boss will help select and fit the best eyewear option for you. Plus, A-Boss Opticians is the best eyewear repair facility in the area. No matter what your eyewear needs are, make A-Boss Opticians your opticians. Call A-Boss Opticians at 412-271-4424 or visit abossopticians.com.
Dawn and John at Matthews Auto Service have been serving the Turtle Creek Valley for over 40 years. In addition to being a full-service gas station, Matthews offers oil changes, state inspection and emissions testing, new tires, and light mechanical work. Matthews Auto Service, Monroeville Avenue in Turtle Creek, or call them at 412-824-0940.
Thanks for tuning in to the halftime show on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Woodland Hills Football is presented by State Senator Jay Costa. Wolverine Football is also brought to you by the Triangle Bar Grille, Patrick P. Lanigan Funeral Home, LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, the law offices of Owen Seman, Busch Brothers Car Care, the Barbers Inn in Swissvale, LG3 Entertainment, Web Landings, A-Boss Opticians, Matthews Auto Service, and the Zubin Dental Associates. Now it's time for the second half.
Just over a minute and a half away from the start of the second half. Adam Gusky, Eric Shuley here on the call for you. It's the State Farm agent Brandon Green halftime show. Thank you for joining us no matter where you are here across the Woodland Hills Football Network. You know, Eric, as we take a look at that first half, obviously both teams were kind of conservative with it for a while. But how big is that missed field goal by John McCardle?
Oh, it came through big, Adam, especially after a fumble right at the 16. You'd think that West Allegheny has it made already in the red zone where they were starting their drive. But the defense, again, proved to be huge there for Woodland Hills. They push them back and then force a field goal, and it was missed, just as you said.
Good news for Woodland Hills fans and for the Wolverines as well, as the Woodland Hills starts the second half with the football. And you've got to wonder, does Tim Buster go back to the traditional offense, trying to grind it out, or do they go back to mixing it up like they did over the final 53 seconds of that second quarter?
I'd like to see a nice mixture, Adam, because they were so aggressive there at the end, and you could see West Allegheny just wasn't ready for anything that the Wolverines were throwing at them. So hopefully if they can continue that and mix in some of the traditional offense, it can be successful for Woody High.
Second half kickoff coming up in 30 seconds here on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
State Farm agent Brandon Green wants to help you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize your dreams. You can visit his office, conveniently located in the Forest Hills Plaza. Give him a call at 412-824-4800 or visit his website at greencoverage.com. Whether you're looking for insurance, banking, or annuities, State Farm agent Brandon Green is here to help life go right.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
After an upset in the first round of the WPIAL playoffs, Woodland Hills defeating Mars last Friday night, the Wolverines looking for 2 upsets in a row as they lead West Allegheny 3-0 at halftime here in the WPIAL quarterfinals. Talked about it before the game, but haven't touched on it much. This is the 5 versus 13 matchup. West Allegheny advanced to the quarterfinals with a 37-0 win against Shaler. Meanwhile, the Wolverines got the win over Mars 14-0 a week ago. Woodland Hills, with that win, improved their record to 5-6, while West Allegheny is 8-2, as they were the runners-up out of the Allegheny 8 Conference.
Yeah, you know, Woodland Hills had that tough loss against West Allegheny, but came through big with that first-round win over Mars. And now tonight, as you said, looking for another upset here.
Woodland Hills played West A back on September 28th, and it was a 14-13 win for West Allegheny over Woodland Hills. West A to kick off, and they are showing onside kick, but they will lob a kick to the far sideline where it'll be caught by a Wolverine at around the 35-yard line. He'll retreat back to around the 32.5, where they'll spot that ball out towards the 33, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Woodland Hills' first drive of half number 2.
Mike Coleman was there for Woodland Hills, and he's the guy you want receiving that kick, as it was a nice job by West Allegheny to kind of put that right in the corner there and make a decision for Woodland Hills, because if that goes out of bounds, obviously it's penalty on West Allegheny, but Mike Coleman secures it. First down, Woody High.
Pistol formation, Judson with Meredith behind him. The Wolverines now switch a tight end and a receiver far sideline, bringing a wing, who will now motion from right to left. Handoff, Meredith running left. A little crease, driving his way across the 35 out to the 36-yard line. Bottom of the pile for West A is Mateo Vandemia.
Tough run by Anthony Meredith there, able to get an extra yard or two out of what looked like it might be stopped for no gain.
Winner of this game takes on the winner of Gateway against Franklin Regional. That game being played at Norwin High School, which will be the home of the WPIAL 5A finals in a couple of weeks. Again, Rawlings motions from right to left. Pitch. Meredith running left, now cutting it back to the right-hand side, sliding his way forward. He'll cross the line of scrimmage out to the 36.5, according to the official on this near sideline. And that'll bring up third down and about 6.5.
So it looks like the Wolverines are going back to the traditional ways, and not too much success here early as West Allegheny keying in on the run all the way, and Meredith tried to make that cutback, and there was just nothing there. May have been able to get a little bit more with his speed if he went to the sideline.
Pistol again. Receiver split to either side. Handoff, Meredith running left. He'll cross the 40, has a crease, 45, first down and more out to the midfield stripe.
Just great job by Anthony Meredith there on a key third down, getting it up to midfield and a first down for Woodland Hills, and unexpected by West Allegheny. I think they were thinking all the way they were going to stop that run, but very tough run by Anthony Meredith. Good blocking up front by the offensive line.
Add to that a nice block on the steal on this near side by the receiver split to this near boundary. The Wolverines will send two receivers to the far right, double tight end formation, pistol again. Judson hands off. Meredith driving his way inside of Indians territory. He'll be brought down at the 47-yard line. Bringing up a second down and 7. Tackle on the play by Isaac Longstretch.
Not bad if you can consistently get about 3-4 yards. Wolverines here, we'll see if they continue that or maybe they open it up a little bit.
2 minutes elapsed here in the third quarter. Woodland Hills with the football to start this second half. Judson throwing to the right. Completes it. Jay Smith to the far boundary. He'll actually be brought down 2 yards deep in the backfield. Nice open field tackle by Cam Cruz for West A. And that'll bring up third down and 9 for Woodland Hills.
Yeah, West Allegheny is just such a defensively sound team. They do everything right, and that time they read that play perfectly, and it just didn't develop quick enough for the speedy Jay Smith to be able to get outside and get extra yardage for Woodland Hills.
Third and 9. Ball at the 49. Clock winding. Just over 9 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Judson brings the Wolverines out of the huddle, splitting to receivers left. Double tights, pistol formation. Hard count. Wolverines hold true. Pitch to the left. Meredith sliding his way away from tacklers for just a moment. He'll get down to the 47 where he's brought down on the tackle for West A. Isaac Longstreth. Also in on the tackle for West A is Logan Malatic. And that'll bring up fourth down and 7. And the punt unit comes on for Woodland Hills.
Tried that same play that was so effective for the Wolverines last time on third down, but rarely are you going to get lucky twice in a row against this defense.
Nice snap by Stubbs, and the punt away by Hanchin. It'll be returned by Guilfoyle, and Guilfoyle drives his way out across the 25 to around the 27-yard line, where the Wolverines make the stop. Down at the bottom of the pile for Woody High, Cameron Merrow, reserve linebacker. And that brings up first and 10 for West Allegheny. The ball at their own 27-yard line. 8:31 to play, third quarter. Woodland Hills on top, 3-zip.
Defense got to pick up where they left off here. It's crucial.
West Allegheny in the shotgun. Wing and a receiver to the right, one receiver to the far boundary left. Cruz is going to hand off. Ball carrier this time is Dante Flatty, and Flatty spinning his way forward out towards the 45-yard line. A pickup on that play from the 27 out to the 45 of 18 yards.
Just way too much yardage there for Flatty. Wolverines defense got to put an end to this quick. West Allegheny likes to move it, like to get the tempo up, and if they get back on their heels too much, West Allegheny could drive this ball all the way down quick.
Ball on the right hash for West Allegheny as the clock winds towards 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. Indians send one receiver to the short side right, 2 to the far boundary left. QB in the shotgun this time is Nico Flatty, and Nico Flatty running to his left-hand side into Woodland Hills territory, shoving his way forward. He'll pick up the first down to the 45-yard line, a pickup of 10, and West Allegheny rolling here on their first possession of the second half.
Yeah, not at all what you want to see if you're Woodland Hills. Just two huge plays on their initial drive here, and Wolverines have to put a stop to this quick here, or it could get out of hand.
Wolverines on top, 3-0. The lone scorer of the game, a 24-yard field goal by Chucky Hanchett on the final play of the second quarter. Ball on the left hash, two receivers and a wing split to the right. Cruz hands off, Flatty running right. He's got a big crease. He's inside of the 25, off to the races, inside of the 30 to the 20, to the 10, and he will outrun a Wolverine to the end zone, and West Allegheny takes the lead 6-3 on a 45-yard touchdown run by Nico Flatty.
Yeah, and just like that, West Allegheny takes complete control of the game. Woodland Hills had a great opportunity coming out of the half, getting the ball first to get down the field and score, unable to, and the defense just looks very flat there on that drive, and they let West Allegheny go all the way down and take the lead.
So 45-yard touchdown run there by Nico Flatty, and it's 6-3 West A. On to attempt the PAT, John McCardle, who missed a field goal today. PAT is up and good. And with 7:17 to play here in the third quarter, West Allegheny leads Woodland Hills by a score of 7-3. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
West Allegheny strikes first in the third quarter, a 45-yard touchdown run by Nico Flatty, and the PAT up and in for John McCardle. And Woodland Hills trails West Allegheny 7-3 with 7:17 to play in the third quarter. Woodland Hills looks to answer back after taking a 3-point lead into the half on that field goal by Chucky Hanchett on the final play of the second quarter. McCardle again gloops a kick to around the 46, and the Wolverine, who returns that one, drives his way out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. That's Christopher Jones that time, who has a kickoff return for a touchdown this season, and actually came against Char Valley in the final home game of the year for Woodland Hills.
Yeah, it was just a couple weeks ago, and now the offense needs to take control here. You know, last time they were able to get that nice first down, drive stalled out, but get back to where you were at the end of that first half. The offense just looks so strong. Hopefully Coach Tim mixes things up here on offense.
Gavin Judson in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left-hand side. Judson feigns to the near receiver, now throws. Michael Coleman has it, trying to cut back, loses his footing, but it's 1st and 10 for Woodland Hills at the 31.
That's exactly what I'm talking about with mixing it up. A great pump fake by Gavin Judson totally takes over the West Allegheny defense in terms of them thinking he was going short there, and then goes deep to Mike Coleman, and almost able to cut it back was Coleman, but he just slipped, but still great play for Woodland Hills on first down.
7:06 to play third quarter. Woodland Hills with the ball at the West Allegheny 31-yard line. Judson in the pistol, hands off William Clark. Clark had blockers to the left-hand side, instead tried to run it to the right where there wasn't much of a crease at all, and he'll just pick up a couple inside of the 30 to the 29.
Surprised he did not go left at him. He had a lot of room there. Unfortunately, decides to go up the middle, and that's clogged up quick, and now Woodland Hills a second down.
Heady defensive play by Ian McBain coming from his linebacker spot and filling a gap that had opened up for just a second. Clark probably should have trusted his blockers on that play. 2nd and 8 now as the clock winds to 6.5 minutes to play in the third frame. Gavin Judson is in the pistol. 2 receivers split to the wide side right. Hand off. Clark, he's going to run it left this time. Inside of the 30 to the 25, lowers the shoulder as he makes his way over a West Allegheny Indian, and they're going to spot the ball at the 23-yard line, bringing up a 3rd and manageable about 2.
Nice job by Clark there in securing the ball well, as he had it in his right arm as he's coming along this near sideline. Now you're in about fourth down territory. If you don't get it here, you're probably going to go for it on fourth down. Hopefully they take care of it right here, though.
3rd and 2, ball at the 23 of the West Allegheny Indians. Gavin Judson barks out signals, now sets in the pistol with receivers split to either side. Now Rawlings will step back and crab to his left-hand side. Handoff, Clark. He's got the first down to the 21-yard line. He'll bounce towards the 20, but that'll be more than enough for a Woodland Hills first down.
Very nice run there by William Clark. Some hard hitting going on there, but he's not afraid of that contact and gets what he needs for the Wolverines offense and a fresh set of downs here.
Amazing how West Allegheny closed up that hole. It looked like Clark was going to get that ball inside of the 20, but he just got to around the 21-yard line and enough for that Woodland Hills first down. Pistol again. Judson with Rawlings set as a wing to the right. Now crabs to the left-hand side. Wolverines will counter. It's Clark up the gut, inside of the 15, inside of the 10, driving his way towards the 6-yard line. 1st and goal for Woodland Hills.
Another tough run by William Clark and just chugging down the field here. Now inside the 10, getting close to the 5. The ball spotted at the 6-yard line. You got a golden opportunity here on 1st and goal.
Boy, Josh Rawlings has absolutely done wonders on this drive, setting as that wing and then motioning one way or the other. And that time he crabbed left, then cut it back to the right to spring Clark all the way down to that 6, where it's now 1st and goal for Woodland Hills. Pistol formation. Receivers to either side. Handoff, Clark running left, inside of the 5, driving his way down towards the 1-yard line.
Wow, so much penetration there by West Allegheny, but Clark is just able to slip through some tackles and get it all the way down to the 1-yard line here. We'll see what the Wolverines do, as this is still just about outside of the 1-yard line. Knows the football right at the 1.
4:20 to play, 3rd quarter. Woodland Hills trailing by 4. The Wolverines threaten 2nd and goal at the 1. Gavin Judson gets the play from second-year head coach Tim Bostard. Judson in the pistol, sending receivers to either side, double tight end formation. Handoff, Clark running right, lowering the shoulder, driving his way to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Woody High.
Oh, just that last stretch by William Clark. Initially, it looked like West Allegheny was able to stop him, but William Clark, that last rush of force there to get the ball over the goal line.
The Woodland Hills reclaims the lead. It's now 9-7. Chucky Hanchett tries to make it another 3-point advantage. Great drive by Woodland Hills, starting at their own 41-yard line, and they drive it 59 yards in just over 3 minutes. Good snap, hold down, kick up, and that PAT by Chucky Hanchett is good. And with 3:56 to play in the 3rd quarter, Woodland Hills 10, West Allegheny 7. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale is a proud sponsor of the Wolverines and has been serving the Woodland Hills community for nearly 3/4 of a century. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're gonna love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
A 1-yard touchdown run by William Clark caps off a 59-yard drive for the Wolverines. That drive taking up just over 3 minutes, 3 minutes and 17 seconds to be exact. And the Wolverines have reclaimed the lead 10-7 over conference rival West Allegheny. Chucky Hanchett will kick off for the Wolverines. West Allegheny, 5 up front, 4 in the middle, 2 deep. And over-end kick by Hanchett will carry down to around the 5-yard line, where it'll be returned by an Indian on that left hash. Springing his way forward, Dante Flatty. He'll leap his way to the 25-yard line. And the Wolverines fired up as the tackle was made by Desmond Jackson the sophomore linebacker.
Gotta hope that last drive by West Allegheny was a total fluke, as the Wolverines defense just looked completely out of sorts. You rarely will see that from the defense, giving up such a big drive so quickly. So hopefully they can tighten things up here and get back to their normal ways.
3:48 to play, third frame. Woodland Hills up on West A, 10-7. A wing and two receivers split right. And the handoff will go to Flatty. Flatty running up the gut. And he will be brought down by DeJuan Howes. That was Dante Flatty on that carry, as he took the handoff from Cam Cruz.
So much emotion here in this game. Seniors, final game, last game for Coach Bob Palco. You know West Allegheny's putting it all on the line, but you know, same thing from Woodland Hills.
Cam Cruz looks to be set to the left, as this time it's Flatty running to the left-hand side. Nico Flatty this time, nowhere to go as the Wolverines swallow him up. DeJuan Howes makes the stop. Gain of just about 1, makes it 3rd down and 5.
Looking a lot more like the Wolverines defense we know. They're clogging that up quick and not letting Nico Flatty get anywhere there. And now a crucial 3rd down. That actually looked like a pretty decent spot initially. I'm not sure he got anywhere near there.
Yeah, it looked like he was brought down shy of the 30, right around the 30 at least. And the ball was spotted on the Wolverine side of the 30. Cruz the QB, 2 wings to the right. Cruz rolling right. Throwback screen to the left-hand side. Has a receiver over there. It's 1st down yardage for West Allegheny, as a well-designed play to Isaac Longstreth gives them the 1st down at the Woodland Hills 38, or rather at the West Allegheny 38-yard line.
A big difference in this game has been West Allegheny's ability to convert these 3rd downs. They have some very nice play calls, some misdirection, some trickery, and that's what's really, really confusing Woodland Hills on defense.
2:07 to play in the 3rd quarter. Woodland Hills on top of West Allegheny 10-7 in the WPIAL 5A quarterfinals. Wing and 2 receivers split right. Flatty's going to take the handoff, running to the right-hand side. Nico Flatty out towards the midfield stripe, getting a little help from his friends as he'll take it all the way out to the 50 before he's finally dumped down. Tackle on the play by Jaden Lucas. Also in on the stop for Woodland Hills, Tavian Brooks.
Just way too much running room there for Nico Flatty, and Wolverines defense has to tighten up here. You don't want to let West Allegheny keep driving this ball just like they did with their first drive. Very uncharacteristic of this defense right now.
So Nico Flatty goes to the far sideline as Dante Flatty checks in. And Cam Cruz will stay in at quarterback. Cruz was replaced in the first half by Gavin Miller. I think Cruz was a little shaken up, and that's why we saw him come out of the game. Now Cruz is going to step under center, and it looks like Dante Flatty is behind him. Wing to the right, 2 receivers left. Handoff. It's Dante Flatty driving his way into Woodland Hills territory. Spinning his way towards the 40-yard line. They'll say he's down at the 41, though, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 1.
This offensive line doing a lot of great work for West Allegheny, just getting that initial push and really pushing the Wolverines off the ball. And that's what is contributing so much to the success of these drives for West Allegheny in the second half.
1 minute to play in the 3rd quarter. Woodland Hills on top of West A by a score of 10-7. Each team scoring a touchdown here in the 3rd frame. Receivers split to either side. Cruz is in the shotgun with a sidecar to his right. And Cruz is going to throw to the left-hand side, and it is broken up. A great job watching the eyes of the receiver there by Taylon Brooks. Brooks broke on the receiver and broke up the pass. Great job on the coverage of Isaac Longstreth.
Really nice job, and a nice play call there by Bob Palco. It almost worked to perfection, but just Taylon Brooks, really nice coverage there. And even though he did not turn around, ball just goes right off his helmet. He's in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, he surged at Longstreth and forced the incompletion. Now it's 3rd and 1 for West A. Clock stopped with 39 seconds to play in the 3rd frame. Woodland Hills on top by 3. Nico Flatty, the quarterback. He's going to run to his left. The Wolverines knife in there. Anthony Meredith, the first one to meet Flatty, back towards the 44-yard line. And Bob Palco has a decision to make. Will he punt here, or will he keep the offense on the field on 4th down and 4?
Great job by Anthony Meredith. So much pressure getting through there, unblocked, taken down Flatty. Now they're going to bring out the punt crew, but I would not be the punt team, but I would not be surprised if he fakes this. Palco's been known to do that from time to time. He's got a lot of gadgets up his sleeve.
There are 3 gunners split to the right. Play clock is down to about 7 seconds as West Allegheny's talking things over here, and there is a stoppage, and that is the final play of the 3rd quarter. We'll head to the 4th frame. Woodland Hills on top by 3. That was the same way it was as we went to halftime. It's Woodland Hills 10, West Allegheny 7. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Serving the Turtle Creek Valley and neighboring Woodland Hills communities for over 110 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home now offers crematory services at their Turtle Creek location. Families choosing cremation can have added peace of mind knowing that their loved one never leaves the care of Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, and that their crematory is used exclusively for the families they serve.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back here at Martirelli Stadium, where Woodland Hills leads West Allegheny 10-7 as we are set to begin the 4th quarter. West A showing punt before the quarter expired on 4th down and 4 at the Woodland Hills 44. Both teams scoring a touchdown in the 3rd quarter after Woodland Hills took a 3-0 halftime lead into the locker room.
You know, if you're Woodland Hills here, I don't know if the right move is to line up ready for a punt return, because West Allegheny is liable to come out here and go for this, and then you're all out of sorts and out of position. Otherwise, if you're in regular defense, you're at least ready for that, and if they punt, you could just let it bounce.
Now West A has the offense on the field as Cameron Cruz is the quarterback. 2 receivers split right, 1 to the near side left. Looks like Palco just wants to try to draw the Wolverines off sides, and the Wolverines are holding true. Now a motion man from right to left. Cam Cruz, harder count, and West A is just going to take the delay of game penalty. Great discipline there by the Woodland Hills defense.
Very, very good discipline by Woodland Hills. And, you know, the coaches probably told them that's exactly what they had to do. Just don't jump. If they come out trying to get you to jump offside with a hard count, hold your ground and just wait for the delay game. Or, you know, if they would have opted to burn a timeout there, it wouldn't have been the right move. But here they are, ready to punt.
So now the punt unit is on, high snap, and the punt is away by Gavin Miller. It'll take a bounce in favor of West Allegheny inside of the 20, where the ball will die just shy of that 20-yard line, where Woodland Hills will start their first drive of the 4th quarter.
This is where you put the game, I think, in the hands of your skilled seniors and guys who've been carrying the team all year. This is where you need to get this ball down the field and a nice time-consuming drive, get the ball in the end zone one more time, and really, really get West Allegheny under the gun and back on their heels.
Woodland Hills starting this drive at their own 20. Gavin Judson is in the pistol. He's going to hand off. Anthony Meredith, the ball carrier, dragging the pile with him out towards the 24-yard line before he's finally brought down by Logan Mladic.
Not bad, little gain of 4 there for Woodland Hills. You'll take that every time if you can average that on a run play straight up the middle, especially against this defense. It's going to be crucial to see if they can get a first down or two at least here to flip this field position if they're unable to do any more.
Woodland Hills up by 3 as they face a 2nd down and 6 at their own 24. Michael Roman now steps back, and he'll crab from left to right. Pitch, Meredith running right. Crosses the 25, crosses the 30. He's close to the first down flag as they'll spot the ball at the 31-yard line, and that'll be enough for a Woodland Hills first down.
Great job by Anthony Meredith. He saw the hole, and he hit it quick there, and that's where the speed comes through big for Woodland Hills as he's able to get that first down and move the chains.
Again, the winner of this game takes on the winner of Gateway and Franklin Regional, and the top-seeded Gateway Gators lead Franklin Regional at halftime 14-zip. Wing to the left is Michael Roman. He'll take that step back. And now Crab to the right with receiver split to either side. Judson is in the pistol. He's going to hand off to Meredith, who has a crease to the left. Crosses the 30 out towards the 33-yard line. Looked like that hole had closed around Meredith at around the 30-yard line, and he still was able to pick up a couple of yards of positive gain there. Pickup of 2 brings up second down and 8.
Every single yard very important in a situation like this. Now this 2nd and 8 play is very key. You want to get enough yardage to make it a 3rd and manageable and not put yourself in a 3rd and long situation.
The pistol again with Meredith behind Judson. He's going to hand off to Meredith. Meredith running left, driving his way across the 35 out to the 37-yard line, pickup of 4, and that'll bring up 3rd down and about 4.
Nice job by Meredith there, getting that yardage, as I said, that Woodland Hills needed to get in order to make it a 3rd and manageable here. You're still not in a place where you would go for it on 4th down if you don't get this, but makes it that much more, you're able to get it if you can, in a short situation here on 3rd down.
Yeah, it's 3rd down and 4. The ball just past the 37. The line to gain is the 41. Judson is in the pistol with a back behind him. Now Roman will step back and Crab to his right-hand side. Receiver split to either side again. Snap is true. Meredith runs right. He has the 1st down and more. Out across the 45-yard line. Great blocking by Woody High, and the Wolverines just continue to push the ball up the field 2 drives in a row.
Just pounding it right now, and I can't blame Coach Tim Boster and the Wolverines for sticking with their bread and butter until they stop it.
Clock winding, 9:20 to play, 4th quarter. Woodland Hills on top of West A, 10-7. Judson in the pistol, hands off. Meredith running right, has room inside of West A territory, inside of the 45, inside of the 40 where he's finally forced out of bounds. An extra shove late in the play. Meredith may be shaken up here, but flags fly, and Woodland Hills is going to have the ball 15 yards closer to pay dirt.
Lots of frustration there from West Allegheny. They were holding on too long, and it was that, I think it was that last push that they gave Meredith, which was totally unnecessary. They could have let him go, but they decided to give him that one last push, and that is what drew the flag there on the Indians.
Yeah, the extra shove, and add insult to injury, the fact that there's concrete once you get about 8 or 9 yards off the field here at Martirelli Stadium, and when Meredith hit that concrete, he slipped and fell. Good news, he got up, and he will return to action. Not out on the field right now on this play as he's going to take a break. However, a big pickup there for Woodland Hills to the 37. Add 15 on top of that, it'll be at the 22.
Yeah, a situation like that, you gotta be disciplined if you're West Allegheny. A couple guys had a hold of him before he went out of bounds, but it was that extra shove, like you said, Adam. That's what drew the penalty. It did not need to happen.
So they say Meredith went out at the 38-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Woodland Hills at the 23. True shotgun this time. Judson looks left, throws left, pass complete. It's Jay Smith. He'll take it down towards the 20-yard line where he is brought down in the open field. Great tackle in the open field by Logan Mladic.
Yeah, Jay Smith, so much speed out there. Took a little bit too long to get his jets going there as he is so fast, but was waiting for one more thing to develop, but a nice tackle by West Allegheny there, which brings Wolverines down for 2nd down here.
Clock winding, 8.5 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. Woodland Hills up by 3. Wolverines have the ball just outside of the West A red zone. 2 receivers split right. Low snap. Hand off. Meredith running right inside of the 20. Runs through West Allegheny players, dragging the pile with him. Brought down close to that 1st down flag. Big run there by Anthony Meredith.
Certainly didn't look like he was going to get anywhere near that, and in fact it is enough for a 1st down just outside the 10-yard line, so still not 1st and goal for Woodland Hills. They have a chance to get another 1st down.
Yeah, 1st and 10. The ball spotted at the 12 on that big pickup for Anthony Meredith. Great to see him come back into the lineup after being shaken up for a play and make his presence felt.
Did not shy away from contact at all.
That's not his MO.
Exactly.
Pistol again. Now Rawlings will step back. Receiver split to either side as Rawlings crabs to the left-hand side. And a timeout is called by Woodland Hills as the play clock was down to a 2nd. 7:49 to play, 4th quarter. Woodland Hills 10, West Allegheny 7. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
1st and 10 for Woodland Hills with the ball at the West Allegheny 12. It's the WPIAL quarterfinals at Martirelli Stadium in the North Hills of Pittsburgh. 10-7 Woodland Hills on top, and the Wolverines threaten here. 12 yards from pay dirt, making it a two-score game. Handoff, Meredith running right. Lost his footing, but still was able to drive his way forward for a gain of about 1. Boy, Meredith just absolutely will not be denied positive yardage on this drive.
So much tenacity in every single run by the Wolverines, whether it's Anthony Meredith or William Clark, especially Meredith on this drive. Great job with the ball security there. Now 2nd down for Woody High, just outside the 10-yard line.
Clock winding, 7:20 to play, 4th frame. Judson is in the pistol with Clark behind him. Receivers split to either side in a double tight end formation. Rawlings will take a step back and now Crabb to his left. Good snap. Pitch. Clark trying to turn the corner to the left, now trying to cut it back to the right-hand side. Driving his way forward back to the original line of scrimmage of that play to the 11, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
This is when the West Allegheny defense is really bearing down. They know they let it Wolverines go all the way down the field here. This is when they have to make the stop, and they're doing on those 2 plays. Nothing doing for Woodland Hills, but here's the key 3rd down here. You want to at least get some so you can make it more manageable on 4th down, as I would think Coach Tim Foster would want to go for it.
6:30 to play, 4th quarter. Judson rolling right on the waggle. Throws, has an open receiver, but the pass is behind Michael Roman.
He did have Roman open. It looked like Josh Rawlings broke free a little bit, but just a tough pass to make on the run as that ball falls short. Now 4th down for Woodland Hills, and they're going to send out the field goal unit.
This is the way I would go with it, too, considering right now it's a 3-point game. If West Allegheny drives down, they can tie the game with a field goal. And we know how their kickers have been over the years. This is an opportunity for Chucky Hanchett to kick a 27-yard field goal to give Woodland Hills their first lead of more than 3 points today. Lucas the holder. Good snap, hold down, kick up, and that kick by Chucky Hanchett is good. And with 6:17 to play in the 4th quarter, Woodland Hills has extended its lead to 13-7 over the West Allegheny Indians. You're tuned in to the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Busch Brothers Car Care Center in Swissvale has been a Monongahela Avenue institution for over 30 years. Busch Brothers is a full-service mechanic and tire shop for all types of vehicles. Whether you need mechanical work, an alignment, state inspection and emissions testing, new tires, or just an oil change, Busch Brothers is the place for you. Busch Brothers Car Care Center, Monongahela Avenue in Swissvale, or give Martin and Jason a call at 412-351-5342.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Second field goal of the game for Chucky Hanchett. This one 27 yards, puts Woodland Hills on top of West Allegheny 13-7. Hanchett got the scoring going on the final play of the 2nd quarter with a 24-yard field goal. West Allegheny struck first in the 3rd frame. The Wolverines answered back, making it 10-7. Now it's 13-7 after Hanchett's 2nd field goal. 6:17 to play in regulation. Woodland Hills up by a half dozen. Hanchett's low kick will bounce into the chest of a return man, and on the return for West A is Paul Newton. Newton running to the near side left. Great open field tackle by Jeffrey Williams, as he would not allow the return man to turn the corner.
Yeah, just a great job by Jeffrey Williams. Not letting him get any further there in a situation where he had some greenery in front of him. If he was able to slip out of that tackle of Williams, but unable to. And now this is where the Wolverines defense, this is it. This is the drive of the season for the defense, where they have to get a stop on West Allegheny with 6:10. Still plenty of time left in this game, especially West Allegheny only down by 1 score.
Last possession, West A was forced to punt after they carried the ball into Woodland Hills territory. The defense held true and forced West A to punt it back to the Wolverines. Cam Cruz, the quarterback, sidecar to his right. No motion, twins to the right and a wing to the right. Handoff will go to Dante Fatty, and Fatty drives his way across the 30. He'll surge to the 33 before finally being brought down by a Wolverine.
Yeah, still too much on first down there, though, for the Indians, as Flatty was able to slip a couple tackles, use a little spin move, and his agility got him that extra yardage. Now only about a 2nd and 4 for West Allegheny.
Clock winding, 5:45 to play in regulation. Indians have it 2nd down and 4 at their own 33. The line to gain is the 37. Cam Cruz in the shotgun with 2 receivers right. He's going to hand off. Flatty running right, has blockers in front of him. He has the first down out to the 45 before being brought down. And the clock stops as the chains reset.
You got some room for error here if you're the Wolverines defense, but you can't let it get too out of hand, as West Allegheny is so effective running that ball sometimes.
West A scoring once today on a 45-yard touchdown run by Nico Flatty, the sophomore. Cam Cruz, the quarterback, motions to an empty set as Nico Flatty motions to the near side left, wing to the left, and a receiver to the right. They're going to pitch it off as Guilfoyle runs the scissors play coming from left to right. He'll push his way forward out to the 43 before being shoved back by the Wolverine defense.
That time covered so well by the Wolverines defense. Guilfoyle wasn't getting anywhere.
Clock winding, 4:40 to play here in the 4th quarter. West A faces a 2nd and 7 at their own 43. Cam Cruz gets the play from Bob Palco in his final season. Potentially his final game as the head coach of the West Allegheny Indians. Cam Cruz, hands off. Ball carrier, Nico Flatty, driving his way out to the midfield stripe. He'll take it into Woodland Hills territory to the 49, and that's enough for a West A first down. Down at the bottom of the pile, Jeffrey Williams for Woodland Hills.
So tough for Woodland Hills there. You had him just after a gain of 1 or 2 there, and then you let him slip free for not only more yards, but a first down. That's a killer play there. We'll see what the defense can do here as we're approaching 4 minutes to go in this one.
West A, a wing and 2 receivers left. Cruz is in the tight shotgun. He's going to hand off to Nico Flatty, who runs to the right. He's got nowhere to go. In fact, he's brought down a yard deep in the backfield. A nice tackle by Anthony Meredith.
Anthony Meredith again there. No surprise that it's him who makes the tackle for the Wolverines, not letting Flatty slip through that tackle, and that's key here. These tackles have to be good. You have to wrap up here late.
13-7, Woodland Hills on top of West Allegheny with 3:30 to play in the 4th quarter. WPIAL 5A quarterfinals. This the 5 versus 13 matchup. Shotgun for Cruz. Flatty to his left, twins left. He looks left, he throws left to Flatty. The ball is loose. They're going to say it's an incomplete forward pass. DeJuan House scooped up the football, but it will be an incomplete forward pass, and it's Woodland Hills forcing a 3rd and 11.
You know, that was dangerously close to being a lateral and also dangerously close to being intercepted by the Wolverines. As we look again here, that was, I think, 100% a lateral. If you ask me, that's a lateral there. Tough break for the Wolverines. That could have been a game ender there. And Bob Palco, possibly a little bit of help there from the refs, as that looked pretty clear cut.
Yeah, from our vantage point here, looking at our Triangle Bar and Grill replay, that did look like it was a backwards pass to Flatty. But West A bailed out for the moment. Receiver split to either side, wing to the right, a timeout on the field, and that'll give us an opportunity to build the drama here. 13-7, Woodland Hills on top of West A with 3:11 to play in the 4th frame. You're tuned into the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Farm agent Brandon Green wants to help you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize your dreams. You can visit his office, conveniently located in the Forest Hills Plaza. Give him a call at 412-824-4800 or visit his website at greencoverage.com. Whether you're looking for insurance, banking, or annuities, State Farm agent Brandon Green is here to help life go right.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
This drive by West Allegheny taking up 2 minutes and 59 seconds thus far, moving the ball from their own 27 to the Woodland Hills 49. Right now the ball is at the midfield stripe where West A faces a 3rd down and 11 at the 50-yard line. Woodland Hills on top of West Allegheny, 13-7. Adam Gusky, Eric Shuley on the call for you here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Bunch to the right, one receiver to the near side left. Quarterback, this time it's Gavin Miller all by himself. Oh, it's nearly intercepted. Breaking on that football over on that far sideline was Tavian Brooks. And I think he may have been thinking end zone before he had the football, but the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down and 11.
Oh, just so close for Tavian Brooks. I can't believe he was unable to hold on to that ball. I think you're right, Adam. I think he was looking ahead to the end zone when he should have just looked that ball in. But still, great job of breaking that pass up. And now here it is, 4th down, game on the line here for both teams.
Taylon Brooks, the younger Brooks, told his brother, keep your head up after that play was over. 4th and 11 for West A, the ball at the 50-yard line. Indians split one receiver right, a wing and 2 receivers to the near side left. Cruz, straight drop back. He's pressured. He's hit as he releases the football. Oh, what a diving reception for a 1st down. An incredible effort there by Kyle Guilfoyle to give West Allegheny a 1st down inside of Woodland Hills territory at the 36.
Unbelievable change of momentum there. I just can't believe Guilfoyle was able to hold on to that ball after such an easy interception dropped, unfortunately, by Tavian Brooks, and then Guilfoyle able to make an unbelievable catch for a 1st down for West Allegheny. Plenty of time left.
Indians in the shotgun. A wing and 2 receivers to the short side right. Cruz, hands off, running to the right-hand side. Nico Flatty to the far boundary where he is pushed out of bounds at the Woodland Hills 26-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 2:35 to play. And that's enough for a 1st down.
Now all of a sudden West Allegheny in the driver's seat. And just such a deflating play there on 4th down, but defense still has time and a chance to get a big stop here.
Yeah, it's 1st and 10 for West A with the ball at the Woodland Hills 26-yard line. This drive started with 6:10 to play at the West Allegheny 27. And a flag before the snap, and Woodland Hills is going to be guilty of either lining up in the neutral zone or being offsides. Regardless, it's 5 yards in favor of West A. That'll move the ball from the 26 to the 21, where it's 1st and 5 now for West A. And that's all Woodland Hills needs to do on this drive is give West A free yardage.
Yeah, you can't do that. You know, they've been good for a while and not doing it. And other thing is, beside that roughing, that late hit on West Allegheny, they have been playing perfect football in terms of penalties.
Receivers split to either side, wing to the right as well. Cruz is in the shotgun. He's going to hand off to Flatty, who's met in the backfield. Nowhere to go, and Anthony Meredith was there to make the stop back near the 25, they'll say at the 24.
Exactly what you need to do after you jump offside. Push them right back to close to where they were to start. Clock approaching 2 minutes here at 2:15. Really not a factor, though, as they're right near the red zone.
Clock winding towards 2 minutes to go. West Allegheny has taken up over 4 minutes on this drive and has moved the ball from their own 27 to the Woodland Hills 24 now. Motion man coming from right to left and taking the ball is Kyle Merritt. Merritt tries the cutback and will get inside of the 15 to the 12-yard line. That's enough for a West Allegheny 1st down. And West A has the ball inside of the Woodland Hills red zone.
Something the Wolverines typically cover so well. And Merritt's able to break free for a big 1st down for West Allegheny as they hit their blocks and get the ball close to the 10-yard line at the 12.
Yeah, 12-yard pickup for Kyle Merritt as he took that ball, running from left to right on the jet sweep. Clock winding, just over 90 seconds to play here. West A threatening 1st and 10 at the Woodland Hills 12. 2 receivers split right, 1 receiver to the near side left. Quarterback this time is Dante Flatty, and Flatty drives his way to the 10, and he'll get down inside of the 10 to the 9-yard line, and a timeout on the field by Bob Palco. That'll give us a time to take a breather. 1:20 to play, 4th frame. Woodland Hills on top by 6. It's the Wolverines and the Indians in the WPIAL quarterfinals on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
1:20 to play here in the 4th quarter. West Allegheny with the football, 2nd down and 7 at the Woodland Hills 9-yard line. This drive for West A started with 6:10 to play at the West Allegheny 27-yard line. Since then, they have moved the ball all the way down to the Woodland Hills 9 while occupying nearly 5 minutes of clock. 4:50 off the clock as of right now. Trips right, Twins left. Empty set for Cruz. Cruz rolling right, throws back to the left, and a diving catch. Is it a touchdown? It is.
I don't know about that. It looked like he landed out of bounds with the ball. We'll have to see the instant replay there. Doesn't matter anyway. It's going to be a touchdown regardless. West Allegheny just needs the extra point to take the lead.
Yeah, Isaac Longstreth with the catch. Now, he does catch the football. He has his left foot down. He has possession of the football. Yeah, that's a touchdown. Big PAT here for John McCardle as we're tying at 13. The PAT by McCardle is good. And West Allegheny takes a 14-13 lead over Woodland Hills. This is a very, very familiar score from a few weeks back. We're going to step away. It's the Wolverines and the Indians on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Woodland Hills football is brought to you in part by the law offices of Owen Seman. Owen is a Woodland Hills alumnus who studied law at Duquesne University and has been practicing law in the Pittsburgh area for over 15 years. Attorney Owen Seaman's experience encompasses virtually every facet of criminal defense. If you find yourself in need of criminal defense representation, call Owen at 412-721-0412 or visit owenthelawyer.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
West Allegheny takes a 1-point lead on Woodland Hills, 14-13, on a 9-yard touchdown pass from Cam Cruz to Isaac Longstreth. Woodland Hills with 1:16 to play has some timeouts to work with, but they need to make sure they secure this kickoff by kicker John McCardle. McCardle, lobbing kick, caught by Michael Coleman at the 24. Has a crease across the 40. He'll step out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And Woodland Hills will start with very good field position. They're going to say out towards the 48.
Yeah, this is the time for senior Gavin Judson to lead his troops down the field here. You're right about at midfield, just a couple yards shy. They're going to spot it at the 48. You got enough time here, 1:11. Clock stops on first downs, so there's no need to think you really, really have to rush. You got to have a sense of urgency, but you've got time here.
Gavin Judson will set in the shotgun. The Wolverines with a bunch to the left, one receiver to the near side right. Judson rolls to the left, pressured, throws, And the ball is deflected, and that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, it was setting up well there. Mike Coleman was going to be open there, but West Allegheny got the paws up, knocking the ball down there, exactly what they had to do. But the clock stops for the Wolverines.
This is such a familiar score. Woodland Hills lost to West Allegheny 14-13 in the WPIAL regular season. Back on September 28th here, it's the WPIAL 5A quarterfinals, and it's 14-13 with 1:06 to play in regulation. Trips left. Gavin Judson looks right, throws right. The pass complete. A great catch by Jaden Lucas. A flag is down, and we'll have to see what that is.
West Allegheny, Mateo Van Damia looks upset here. This could be on West Allegheny.
It's an illegal shift against Woodland Hills.
Not sure why he was so upset then. It looked like he was looking at the refs. They were talking about something. He looked upset. So I don't know what happened there. But unfortunately, nice play by the Wolverines gets wiped out by a call by the refs.
And to add insult to injury, 5 seconds came off of the clock. Great catch by Jaden Lucas is negated. 2nd and 15, ball at the 43. Trips left, one receiver to the short side right. Movement by Woodland Hills before the snap. And at this point, if you're Gavin Judson and you know your team has been guilty of so many false starts all season, go on one.
Yeah, you got to go right away. You can't, no hard counts, nothing like that. Now Wolverines keep backing up here and just not doing themselves any favors.
Yeah, the season is on the line. This drive started at the 48-yard line. First play was incomplete. Second play, a completed pass to Jaden Lucas, negated by a penalty. Now another false start pushes Woodland Hills back even further. Judson pumps, rolls to his right-hand side. Throws, completes. Michael Coleman, he's close to the first down flag. And Tim Boster's going to call a timeout here with 49 seconds to play.
Wise move, I think, by Coach Tim Boster.
Absolutely. Woodland Hills picked up 19 of the 20 they needed there. And this gives them an opportunity to catch a breather before this big 3rd down and 1 play.
Rough spot there for Woodland Hills. If we look at the replay here, I think Mike Coleman got that extra yard, but we'll see here after the instant replay. He got closer than where they put the ball, I'll tell you that right now. No way it was at the 43.
Yeah, his knee was down at the 43. The ball came down between the 43 and the 42.
Right.
So this should be more like a 3rd down and a half a yard.
Exactly.
If not a 1st down. Taking another look at our Triangle Bar and Grill replay. Where's the ball when his knee comes down? Between the 43 and the 42.
Yeah, right, that 42.5-yard line is where the ball should be. Every inch is critical in this situation. The Wolverines have to get it no matter what. Can't worry about that.
49 seconds to go. Woodland Hills down by 1, 14-13. 3rd and a yard for the Wolverines. Gavin Judson is in the shotgun, trips to the left, one receiver to the near side right. Judson looking left, throwing back to the right. Complete, Jaden Lucas. Lucas going to the far boundary. Oh, he fumbled the football. West Allegheny recovered it. That's the ball game. Jaden Lucas had a 1st down for Woodland Hills inside of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and he had the ball stripped away trying to do something extra with the ball.
Very tough break there for Woodland Hills. Just trying to make a play, and he fumbles as the Wolverines were on the move there. Would have had a 1st down, and unfortunately that's going to end the Wolverines season on such a tough break.
Gavin Judson looked right, threw right, great pass, great catch by Jaden Lucas. He was running to his left-hand side and had the ball punched loose and was just not able to fall down on it. And then there were a swarm of white jerseys to fall down on the football. And Jaden Lucas, who did so many great things for Woodland Hills, has got to be beside himself after fumbling that football. And to add literally insult to injury, he's shaken up on the play.
Certainly hope he's okay after a play like that. A senior, been a big part of the Wolverines team all the years he's played for Woodland Hills, and just a tough break here at the end.
So in all likelihood, West Allegheny will advance and take on the Gateway Gators next Friday night. Woodland Hills falling here to West A. And boy, you got to feel for that young man, Jaden Lucas. He had the catch, he had the first down, and then he had the ball stripped away and he couldn't come down on top of it. And you can see the emotion in the young man's face as he walks to the near sideline being consoled by teammate Michael Coleman. Well, I'll tell you what, Coach Tim Bossert and his staff got this team ready for the playoffs. There is no doubt about that. I mean, this team gave everything they had here against West Allegheny today. Had leads of 3 and 6 points, 2 3-point leads and a 6-point lead. West A drove down the field, took a 1-point advantage. The Wolverines looked to answer back, and Jaden Lucas fumbled the ball. A kneel down by Cam Cruz, and that'll probably be the final play of the football game.
Really tough way for the Wolverines to end the season as they were coming down here, driving the ball, had the West Allegheny Indians on their heels, just unable to finish off a good drive there, and they're going to end the season here. Hard fought, though. Great job by the Wolverines. Fought hard all the way to the end, just unable to come through in the end.
How many times is Woodland Hills going to lose a 1-point game to the West Allegheny Indians?
It's unbelievable. An extra point has cost the Wolverines, I think, 3 games. Now, this one obviously didn't come down to an extra point, but for the Wolverines, but it did for West Allegheny as they were able to get the go-ahead point from the extra point.
And boy, it's so tough to see these Woodland Hills players just absolutely in tears. And, you know, to see former teammates of mine and guys I've watched play over the years that are now coaches trying to console these young men, it is a tough circumstance to see Woodland Hills season end to the West Allegheny Indians by 1 point in a game the Wolverines led by 6. And you add that to the fact that the Wolverines were driving to try to take the lead late in the game.
Yeah, it's just a tough one for Woodland Hills. A lot to look forward to for next year. A lot of guys will be back.
We're going to step away for 2 minutes. When we return, it'll be the State Farm agent Brandon Green postgame show here on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com. The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale is a proud sponsor of the Wolverines and has been serving the Woodland Hills community for nearly 3/4 of a century. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're gonna love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now. Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, with locations in East Pittsburgh and Turtle Creek, is a member of the Hall of Excellence of the National Funeral Directors Association. This reflects the same pursuit of excellence by our Woodland Hills football team, cheerleaders, marching band, students, staff, and faculty. For over 110 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been honored to serve local families and to be a proud partner of the Woodland Hills communities.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
State Farm agent Brandon Green wants to help you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize your dreams. You can visit his office, conveniently located in the Forest Hills Plaza. Give him a call at 412-824-4800 or visit his website at greencoverage.com. Whether you're looking for insurance, banking, or annuities, State Farm agent Brandon Green is here to help life go right.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
We welcome you to the State Farm agent Brandon Green post-game show. Woodland Hills falls to West Allegheny by a score of 14-13. The Wolverines scored on the final play of the second quarter, a 24-yard field goal by Chucky Hanchett. The Woodland Hills got the ball to begin the second half and punted it away to West Allegheny, and West Allegheny scored on the ensuing drive, a 45-yard touchdown run by Nico Flatty. The PAT up and in for John McCardle made the score 7-3 West Allegheny. The Wolverines answered back on the ensuing drive, on a drive that starts at their own 41 and takes up about 6 minutes off of the clock. A 1-yard touchdown run by William Clark caps off that drive. PAT by Chucky Hanchett makes it 10-7. The Woodland Hills Wolverines with the lead. West Allegheny takes the ball late in the third quarter into the fourth frame where they're forced to punt it away. And Woodland Hills takes it at their own 20-yard line, pushes it all the way down the inside of the West Allegheny red zone, and they cap off the drive on a 27-yard field goal by Chucky Hanchett. And this is when West Allegheny went to work offensively. They took nearly 5 minutes off of the clock, and the drive capped off by a 9-yard touchdown run from pass from Cam Cruz to Isaac Longstreth. The PAT up and in by John McCardle made it 14-13, but the Wolverines weren't done yet. They got the ball in decent field position at the West Allegheny at the Woodland Hills 48-yard line, just outside of West Allegheny territory, as the final drive of the game began. Woodland Hills pushed the ball into West A territory. A couple of flags for Woodland Hills pushed them back, but they were able to overcome that. But a pass from Gavin Judson to Jaden Lucas was complete. Lucas started running to that far boundary, and as he tried to step around a West Allegheny Indian, he had the ball stripped away. West Allegheny recovered it. The Indians fell on the football, and they took a knee on the ensuing play. And that was the ball game. West Allegheny advances to the WPIAL semifinals with another 1-point win over Woodland Hills.
Heartbreaking finish for the Wolverines, obviously. You can't say anything more about it. The Wolverines played so hard the whole game. Definitely deserved to win that game. Just one play made the difference there at the end as West Allegheny was able to strip that ball free. And especially that catch by Guilfoyle for West Allegheny on that fourth down was so key as he was able to stretch out and make the catch. If he doesn't make that catch, Wolverines get the ball back in great field position with that lead of 6 still.
And rewind one play before that, a near interception by Tavian Brooks. Had he picked that one off, he may have gone to the house, and we wouldn't be talking about any of this.
Exactly. Tavian Brooks was so close to catching that ball, and then that close to being a lateral play that would have been given to the Wolverines there. But some tough breaks, but, they fought hard tonight and all year, especially late in the season as they fought back after that 0-4 start. Coach Tim Boster and the crew really got them together, and they played hard Wolverine football down the stretch, and just tough break here in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I talked about it near the end of the football game, but you really can't overstate the way that Coach Bostard and his staff got this team ready for the postseason. They shut out Mars last week, got the 14-0 win, then fell today 14-13 to West Allegheny, and Woodland Hills just a point away from heading to the WPIAL semifinals.
Certainly hard to fall this way, but they went down fighting every bit of the way, and just you got a lot to look forward to for next year. As the whole offensive line should be back, a lot of guys back all over the field, and Wolverine football will be right back at it.
Speaking of right back at it, we'll be right back with more of the State Farm agent Brandon Green postgame show as we wrap up the season here at Martirelli Stadium.
Woodland Hills football is brought to you in part by the law offices of Owen Seman. Owen is a Woodland Hills alumnus who studied law at Duquesne University and has been practicing law in the Pittsburgh area for over 15 years. Attorney Owen Seaman's experience encompasses virtually every facet of criminal defense. If you find yourself in need of criminal defense representation, call Owen at 412-721-0412 or visit owenthelawyer.com. There are a few things that guys like more than a great haircut at a real barbershop. And at the Barbers Inn on Washington Avenue in Swissvale, you'll find both. Plus, you can relax in style on supple leather sofas while watching their big screen HD TV. You can even shoot some pool while you wait, but most importantly, you'll walk out the door with a haircut or shave that you're sure to love. Walk-ins are always welcome at the Barbers Inn. For more information, call 412-271-7434. And remember, real men come to the Barbers Inn.
LG3 Entertainment is a first-class disc jockey and karaoke entertainment company that serves the Pittsburgh and surrounding areas. They offer a wide range of music entertainment for weddings, anniversaries, school dances, corporate events, and more. They also offer beautiful chair cover linen rentals to give your event the elegance it deserves. They offer many more services, so go to their website today and see why so many choose LG3 Entertainment for the best in family fun entertainment. Whether you need a new website or want to improve your existing site, Web Landings can serve your needs. Web Landings provides professional, easy-to-maintain websites for businesses, organizations, and individuals. Discover more at weblandings.com and find out how editing your site can be as easy as using a word processor. Plus, we offer 1 year of free hosting for any website developed. Visit weblandings.com today.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Woodland Hills falls to West Allegheny by a final score of 14-13 here at Martirelli Stadium. The Wolverine season ends as their record falls to 5-7, while West Allegheny improves to 9-2 on the year. And in all likelihood, West A will take on Gateway in the WPIAL semifinals next week. And Gateway on a collision course with the WPIAL finals, but they've got a tough West A team ahead of them, a team that gave Woodland Hills all they could handle for the majority of a football game and ended up taking the ultimate lead with 1 minute and 11 seconds to play.
Yeah, you know Bob Palco is going to have his Indians ready to face off against Gateway. He's going to pull out everything that he has and what could be his final game coaching for West Allegheny.
And this could have been his final game as well, but the Wolverines just fell short and had ended up ending on a fumble by Jaden Lucas, and that young man has got to be beside himself.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't let it fester too long because he's been such a big part of the Wolverines team all his years here at Woodland Hills, and just a tough break, nothing you can do about it.
Well, it's time to take a look at our post-game superlatives for the last time in the 2018 season, and quite frankly, the easiest one to decide was our State Senator Jay Costa player of the game. Chucky Hanchett scoring 7 points today. He added a point-after-touchdown to 2 big field goals, including a field goal that was the first score of the game.
Yeah, so many Wolverines did a great job, but Chucky Hanchett, those couple field goals proved to be big for Woodland Hills, and a great punt that was down at the 1 yard line by Armani Bailey. He was just on, just did a great job tonight, as he always does.
Well, so congratulations to Chucky Hanchett, second time this season. He is our State Senator Jay Costa player of the game. Now it's time for our Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home play of the game. And when you consider that 2 field goals and a 1 yard touchdown run comprise Woodland Hills scoring, we had to go a little bit off of the board, but I think it makes sense to give our Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home play of the game to the trick play, the pass from Jay Smith to Davion Rochelle, which helped set up that first score of the game for Woodland Hills.
Yeah, West Allegheny was totally caught off guard by that. It was a nice play by Jay Smith and a nice grab by Davion Rochelle that really set up the rest of that drive that got the first score for the Wolverines.
And our attorney Owen Seman defensive stand of the game has got to be late in that second quarter when Woodland Hills forced West Allegheny to turn the ball over on downs. West A started a drive at their own 1 yard line and occupied the next 8 minutes and 24 seconds before ultimately turning it over on downs. Woodland Hills got the stop out near the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it proved to be big as the Wolverines were able to get down the field quick and get that field goal, and they had to get that stop there and prevent that long drive from getting into the end zone or getting a field goal, and Wolverines defense did it, and it was huge.
Well, Eric, your final thoughts on this football game and the season?
Well, it doesn't surprise me. West Allegheny just has the Wolverines' number since they started playing a few years ago. They always seem to get that little bit of extra push there to get the win, but Wolverines always play them tough. So it was a tough loss tonight, and, the season just It was tough. They started off 0-4, but they really got back together and did not quit, and they kept fighting. They got some key wins along the way, and it's a lot to look forward to, as I said before, going into next year. A lot of skilled players, offensive linemen, a lot of guys back on defense.
Well, we want to thank our entire crew all season long for helping bringing you these broadcasts. Of course, my broadcast partner, Eric Shuley, Rick McIntyre, who was with us through the early portions of the season. Even your father, Jim Shuley, stepped in to do color for the game at Moon.
Yeah, he certainly enjoyed that.
I'm sure he did. Now, we also want to thank our television crew, most notably our director and executive producer, Larry George, our camera operators, who do so much more than just run cameras for us, Joe Slick, Lee Schaefer Jr. and Lee Schaefer III. We thank you all for joining us all season long here on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Again, Woodland Hills falls to the West Allegheny Indians by a final score of 14-13, and you've been tuned in all season long here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Today's broadcast of Wolverine football was presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Wolverine football is also brought to you by the Triangle Bar Grille, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, the law offices of Owen Seman, Busch Brothers Car Care, the Barbers Inn in Swissvale, LG3 Entertainment, Web Landings, A-Boss Opticians, Matthews Auto Service, and DeZubin Dental Associates. This broadcast has been a presentation of A.W. Gusky Productions and LG3 Entertainment. Copyright 2018.